Why did you reach out in the first place?
I've had a lot of issues with inflammation and pain, and you had mentioned that the plant-based diet helped you with that. So last straw, they can't figure out anything that's causing the inflammation or pain. So this is my effort to try to figure it out myself.
Right on, right on. That's kind of the same thing I did too. What was the first thing that I suggested you and you went and got and you was like, wow, what was that?
That is the curcumin.
Yeah, curcumin, and ain't that stuff good, girl?
It's amazing.
Yes. And how would you say that has helped your dynamics with the inflammation that you were dealing with?
It's helped the pain tremendously. I didn't realize how much until I ran out. And then I had about a week where I didn't have any. And the pain was significantly higher.
Man, that is awesome here. So, and let's just be real. I know we've kind of been conversating as, we was doing the cooking and everything. And, I know you got some grandchildren, you got some older children too. Why do you feel like it's important to take charge of your health right now?
Because I want to stick around for them. I want to be able to play with them and run around and not be on my couch hurting.
Yeah. And then doing it, I know you're also, like we kind of in the same field of you're a banker also too.
Yep.
And so with you being a banker and you work from home a lot, right?
Yep, I do right now during the COVID.
Yeah. And so how has that affected your mobility, affected your, eating habits and all of that?
Eating habits horrible because I'm here and I can just snack on whatever. I try not to keep stuff here that I shouldn't eat. But I think this will help because I'll have stuff prepared instead of just not wanting to cook and making something that I shouldn't eat.
Now, let me ask you this. So, once again, we didn't cook this with hardly any oil. We used a little bit of olive oil.
Yep.
But, we use apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
Now, shelf life, once this stuff is cooked, put in the fridge, it can last, maybe 4 days. Maybe, if you freeze it, it may last longer.
Okay.
But I do want you to inform everybody. How long did this take to prepare?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. And the reason why was because, hey, if you got everything cut up and you soak the beans for how long?
24 hours.
24 hours. And guess what? Like I said, once again, we talked about it earlier. Look at this stir fry here. Look at all those ingredients. Collard greens, onions, zucchini, mushrooms,
peppers.
She got fresh cut cucumber over there. Chickpeas been cooked. Red beans, corn, lentils, pinto. Check it out over there, black beans. And she had those Beyond Meat burgers and field roast sausages, and those things can cook in about 5 minutes. Either one of them.
And dessert.
And she got dessert. And this dessert is a little bit different. So, and it's, and it has a lot of ingredients that we love because the crust is a what type of base? It was an oatmeal base.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal base with walnuts in it and
coconuts.
Coconuts. And, we use coconut sugar for our sugar there. So, and then it's covered with Spanish. It's got Spanish peanuts, chocolate, and coconut with coconut sugar sprinkled and cinnamon and honey. So she get to use these like little candy bars to treat herself after eating right?
That's right.
And you got corn and
my grandkids without making them eat a bunch of junk.
Right. So what is the plan for now on? Like, how do you plan on using the tools, the seasoning, the different things that you've been empowered with? How do you plan on using that? I'm
going to start eliminating meat a little at a time. I really like meat, so it'll be hard. But just cutting it down and down and down. I love vegetables too, so I don't think it'll end up being a problem. Just getting used to.
Right on. So what would you say was your best part about all of this? Like going through this empowerment phase and kind of, as we've been discussing things and, you took that first suggestion of mine and rolled right along with it. And then, what has been the best thing about all of this journey that, this slow journey that you've been on?
I think just talking to someone that knows what they're talking about. I don't know enough about it to say one way or another. So talking to someone who's been through the same things and is doing the same things makes a big difference.
And what would you recommend to people that are viewing this, We're gonna check back in with you and maybe have you do a review on the page and stuff after you walk through this process for maybe about a month, and just we want you to update that and everything. So, but what would you have as a suggestion for people that have struggled with that inflammation and pain, and maybe with being at home and not eating well and feeling horrible, and you were saying, just want to be around for your grandkids and your kids and be active for them. What suggestions would you have being a mother, being a grandmother, and being a full-time working mom and grandma?
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Start with your eating and your vitamins and stuff. I've racked up probably $4,000 in medical bills, and they have no answer. So it's a waste of time. I think if you end up having fevers or, of course, you got to seek medical attention at some point. But at this point, I'm done with it, and I'm going to try fixing it myself with the things that help my body. So.
Amen. And that's the thing, that's the thing that Harris Multifaceted is about. It's about empowerment. And as I tell people, I say everything that I say will not work, and I'll be the first one to say that. And I'll be the first one to say, hey, let's try this and see. And so Harris Multifaceted is not only for businesses, it's for individuals too. And like I said, I empower people. And I'm glad Diane is feeling empowered. You feeling empowered today, girl? Thank you so much. So, as we see here, we're going to be preparing a vegan meal for about 3 or 4 days. And as we see, we got some beans boiling, chickpeas, we got some collard green boiling, and we're making a dessert crust here. So, for the candy bars, and we're going to get ready to do an interview with Miss Diane a little bit later on as I'm coaching her through this. So, and find out what is her main reasons why, she wants to really get her diet together and go more of the plant-based route. So, we're going to get those toppings and start putting all those good toppings and stuff on there a little bit later on. And then we still got our stir fry to do. The veggies are cut up. And then, so don't forget about that. Okay, y'all? All right. All right, y'all, this is Harris Multifaceted. Once again, this is what we did here. So I have a client here and Miss Diane, and what she wanted to do is prepare something for like 3 or 4 days. And we're gonna do an interview here in just a moment, but I wanna show you what all we prepared. And I asked her to go get these Beyond Meat burger patties and this field roast sausage. The thing about the meals that I like here and what I do for myself, and everybody says, oh, it's so hard to do the vegan thing. It's actually really easy. You can create so many different meals from what all we've done here. So we did some black beans, some chickpeas. We got some pinto beans. We got some lentils here. We got some red beans. And we got some corn. And then this good old stir fry. Now everything has been cooked in what again?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. So only an hour and a half to get all of this. So the key of it is when you get your beans, you got to get dry beans. You got to soak them. So if you soak them for 24 hours, that's what happens here. Here's this dessert that has Spanish peanuts in it, and it's a vegan type of dessert. The only thing that's not vegan in this dessert is honey. All right, but it's all her favorites there. We got a good oatmeal crust in that, and all of that. And you got cucumbers, so you can make like a cucumber and quinoa salad. We didn't make the quinoa, and we didn't deal with the rice, but that's something that she can make later and mix any one of these with to create some dishes. She can do burritos, she can do burrito bowls, she can do salads, rewarm some of this stuff and throw it into this stir fry over here. There are so many different options when you prepare your food as a vegan. Also too, these breakfast sausages, she can throw in any one of these with this breakfast sausage here, which is vegan here. And then like I say too, she can have a burger night. She got her burgers there, and do a bunless, maybe with some cucumbers on top of that burger or something like that. Or maybe even crunch up the burger meat inside of a bowl. And so, like I said, you got corn over there. And like I said, you have all of these options, y'all. Plus, you got some fruit in the fridge. And, you know, she's on her way to a new lifestyle of living it plant-based, flexitarian, you know, being flexible, allowing yourself to sometimes maybe fail. But we're going to do an interview with Miss Diane here in just a second, but I wanted to get a glimpse of all the food and all the possible options that you guys can do. So I need you guys to stop making excuses. You know, I offer this as a service because what I did was I taught her my seasonings, and I'm not going to discuss that here. You have to pay me for that. So we talked about the season, how much to put in, how to put it in, but they're all, you know, organic, good seasonings that you need. I also sent her a plan, a list, and everything like that. We're going to talk more about that too so that she can stay on. I am about empowerment. So that's what Harris Multifaceted LLC is about. It's about empowerment. And I told you guys, I do a variety of different things. You know what I'm saying? It's all facets of the person. I want to help the emotional person, the physical person, the mental person, the emotional person, you know, job or anything. We want to create ways to help you have an efficient life and to live your best life now. So let's do this, y'all.